You are now Reform spokesperson, is that what
I am.
you are? Okay.
Well, I say spokesman because I'm so old-fashioned.
Yes.
I don't have this silly nonsense about, I say we don't talk about a Hugh person, we talk about a human, So I'm a spokesman, yeah.
Okay, you are the Reform spokesman.
Yes.
And is Reform just a protest vote?
Oh, good heavens, no. I mean, just look at the polling, just look at the results in the council elections, look at the most recent by-election. We're certainly not just a protest party. I think when we started out, and we've only been in being for 3 or 4 years, I think when we started out, people might have seen us that way. But because politics is such an awful shambles at the moment, and because we are speaking from the heart and we're saying what we will do about the things that people are most concerned about. I mean, immigration, woke, freedom, above all freedom. I grew up in a free country. So I don't think we're just a protest party anymore. I think we started life that way.
What are some of the policies? I suppose people are sometimes saying, okay, well, they want to stop the boats, of course, but what else does Reform do? Where are they politically?
Let's just look at stop the boats. I mean, that is where we've got a comprehensive policy. Now, we say, okay, we're going to stop the boats, and before anybody says it can't be done, Belgium did it, Australia did it, we can do it if we got the will. But some will get through. Some are bound to get through. So we say at that point, we've also got another plan, We don't just give up and put them in hotels. We will detain them in secure reception centres. So we know where they are. Their asylum will be refused because they've come quite clearly from a safe country, which is France. And we shall know where they are in order to send them back to their own country. So we have a comprehensive policy. Similarly, we're at the moment developing, and I can't tell you what we'll decide because there are all sorts of ideas in the air, looking at social care, which is another very big concern. Most people are very worried about it. Looking at the NHS, and certainly looking at levels of taxation. So, and above all, of course, freedom of expression. There should be no such thing as non-crime hate incidents. It's either a crime or it isn't, and if it isn't, then the police have no business poking around in it. So we will restore freedom of speech, not freedom to incite violence, but freedom of speech.
Where do you sit economically, right, left, centre?
Right of centre.
Okay.
Economically, I mean, I believe in low taxes. I believe in incentives for business. I believe in encouraging big business because it creates jobs and prosperity. So I sit to the right economically. I'm probably a Thatcherite. That's probably the best description.
Okay. And Reform in general?
And Reform in general, yeah. Okay.
Turning the boats around, I asked someone recently, Konstantin Kissen, he came on and I said, how do you turn the boats around? He said, well, this is going to sound complicated, but you turn them around. Yeah. And I thought, oh, okay. And then the next day I thought, well, okay, but have you thought about physically how one does that? In international law, first of all, you're allowed to prevent anything coming into your own waters. You are allowed in international law to tow anything that is in your own waters unlawfully out of your own waters. So you can do those things. And what the Belgians did was simply every time a boat left, let me just explain the background to that because some people won't know it. Migrants began to congregate on Belgian shores like they do at Calais and in France. And the Belgians said, we don't want this. We don't want this. So every time a boat left for Britain, they followed it and made it turn round so that you always ended up where you started. Well, after a while, of course, what did they do? They toddled off back to France. Wow. So, it can be done. You can do it physically, but the greater likelihood is that you simply instruct it to turn round. And if it won't, then you can take them on board and take them. I see. I suppose there was... We're not going to run risks if what is underneath your question is, will we let people drown? No, of course we won't. That's not what it's about. It's about frustrating people. It's about turning them round every single time, like the Belgians did. So in the end, they give up. That sounds a lot more sensible than letting them drown, which some people do say. Wouldn't let them drown. Wouldn't dream of it. It's ridiculous, isn't it? The Belgians, I suppose, had an incentive because it was now migrants will go to France. Yeah.
there's not that incentive for the French, is there, I suppose?
There's no incentive for the French. I mean, that is why we should not have been giving them the money that we've been giving them, because we've been getting nothing for it. Because as you rightly say, there's no incentive there. They're delighted when the boats depart for Britain, because it's one less burden on France.
91% watching Heretics clips are not subscribed. Quick favour, hit subscribe. Free, takes 2 seconds, and helps us question everything together.